morning, Carbondale. How are y'all doing today? Happy Monday. Ooh, it is a beautiful Monday morning. Students back in town. I was so excited driving in to the radio station here at WDBX 91.1 and seeing so many people milling about. So welcome back, students. Hope that you are enjoying your time either back in Carbondale or if it's your first time. Big Saluki welcome from all of us. And yeah, tune in every Monday to talk of the town and see what's going on. Yes, so school back in session, full force. We hope that everyone is having a wonderful beginning of their 2024-2025 school year. It almost feels like fall. We're getting there. We are getting there. Hey y'all, we've got some awesome guests on the show today. You're listening to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Eva Fisher. And before I introduce my guests, going to give you just a few announcements of some things we got coming up. So we kicked off our Off the Rails concert series the previous weekend to this past weekend with Allie and the Night Crawls and Stella Lumina. So what an awesome time was had by all. So the next one is coming up this Saturday, August 25th. For this Off the Rails concert, we are welcoming from Kentucky Doom Gong. This is this awesome indie rock band. They have just so many incredible musicians in this band. They have 2 drummers that play 2 full drum kits, and like the name says, there's a big gong, and they're just really high energy, really interesting, something kind of eclectic and different. So please come and check them out with our awesome supporting opener, Jeremy Todd, a local favorite. So make sure you are there this Saturday, downtown Carbondale, the Entertainment and Events Plaza off Washington Street. For the Off the Rails concert, it'll start at 7 o'clock, run until 10. Bring your own chair, bring your own beverage, bring the whole family. There'll be vendors and food trucks. And if you would like to sign up to be a vendor for the rest of our Off the Rails concert series, that is still an available option. So if you want to visit our Carbondale Facebook page, our tourism page, or a Carbondale Main Street's website, you will find the vendor form. So you can sign up for all of the upcoming concert series, including our special events ones. We have Hymns, Hops, and Shrooms on September 28th. We have a special homecoming concert on October 11th, and our Halloween concert on October 26th. And if you have not heard the news about our homecoming concert, we are pumped. We are shutting down the Strip. So City of Carbondale, in collaboration with SIU Alumni Association, River Radio, and Carbondale Main Street, we are all working together to throw a rockin' party. Kind of a nod to, years past where people talk about shutting down the Strip. So bringing that nostalgia into the present day, showing, letting the old Salukis show the way to these new Salukis, how it's done here in Carbondale. We're going to have a local favorite, their farewell show, the Jungle Dogs, are going to be playing with Modern Day Saints opening. So it's going to be just an incredible time. So make sure to mark down your calendar. Homecoming weekend, our Off the Rails concert on the Strip in Carbondale. How exciting. Tonight there is a special event put on by SIH. The Men's Health Series, the Barbershop Men's Health Series, is going to be held at Arnett's Barbershop from 5 to 7 p.m., hosted by Dr. Dawn Arnold. This is a chance for, people in our region to get together and talk about men's health. Talk about the different barriers and things that can come up and how people can gain access, and just a chance to ask some questions and find that community, that safe space to talk about health together. And speaking of health, there's a blood drive that is going to be occurring at Liberty Village of Carbondale at Manor Court tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So if you are able to give blood when you can. It's always necessary, always vital. All right, so now I get to introduce to you my awesome guest that I have before me. I have Vanessa Sneed and Melissa Roach from the SIU Office of Innovation and Economic Development. Yes. Yeah. And this is all under they work with the Small Business Development Center at SIU. So hello, you two. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here. Hey, so I would love to let you two introduce yourselves. Tell us your role within this department at SIU and all the awesome events and programming that y'all have coming up.
Okay. I'm Vanessa Sneed. I'm the Director of Business Innovation and Research under the Office of Innovation and Economic Development. And I'm also the Associate Director for the Research Park, which is the 40-some acres that make up the southeast portion of campus.
Awesome.
And I'm Melissa Roach. I'm the Director of Incubator Programs. I was previously, until just a couple of weeks ago, the Director of the Illinois Small Business Development Center at SIU. So excited about the new role and the programs that we have available.
Fantastic. Yes, well, congratulations on the new role. So happy to have you two in the positions you are in. And yeah, thanks for willing to come in here and talk to us about what all this means. You know, it's like I think that sometimes folks, that part of campus almost seems like this different world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's really cool is it is kind of this different world. And it's this part of campus that I feel like gets to bridge a lot of SIU into our community. And it gets to make students out of all of our community members, out of our business owners and entrepreneurs. There is so much that's like, okay, you don't have to be a traditional student at SIU to benefit from these programs and the work that y'all do. Can you kind of tell us about how this all plays in with the Small Business Development Center, how y'all kind of operate together?
Sure. I think a lot of people think of like Dunn-Richmond Economic Development Center is where the SBDC is housed, and it's been there since 1985. It's the foundational program of the Office of Innovation and Economic Development. But one thing that we definitely try to do is let people know that there's more to Dunn-Richmond Economic Development Center, I know IED, than just the Small Business Development Center. It's an incredible program that's no cost to people, but our outreach goes well beyond the 6 counties that the Small Business Development Center has. We also have the Apex Accelerator program, which is a no-cost program that helps people get ready to do business with the government. What does that mean? The government buys everything from farm fresh eggs to ballistic missiles. So helping people expand into new areas for revenue. We also have other programs that are under the Office of Innovation and Economic Development where we've done things with tourism and customer service.
Nurse aid testing. Often people don't realize that SIU is the host for the centralized testing for all certified nurse assistants.
Wow.
Nurse aides throughout the state. Last year they performed and tracked over 17,000 tests.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Cool.
you know, there's so much always going on out there that we just take for granted that everyone is aware of what's going on within the space. It's a great place to be, and we just always are trying to get people into the buildings and experiencing more of what we have going on.
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal what a wide umbrella that this all encapsulates.
Right, and we just had a community navigator program that ended, so we're constantly looking for programs that can benefit the community. So we have a new one getting ready to start called the Economic Empowerment Center, and there's a couple of other programs that are just on the cusp of being launched as well. So helping
We got some exciting announcements coming up in the next few weeks.
We do.
Yay.
So just really helping businesses at all phases. And I think there's also misconception that we're just for startups, but it really is for anyone at any point in business that's looking for assistance. So even if it's not something that we do in-house, I think we're really great collaborators and able to refer people out if necessary.
Well, and I think that's a strength of the Small Business Development Center network throughout the state, that if we don't have an expert within the Carbondale immediate region, then we can pair someone up maybe with Peoria or some other part of the state who might have some different expertise.
Awesome. Wow. So it goes way beyond just Carbondale and Southern Illinois. This is really statewide connector.
Well, and Melissa's being a little modest here, but the Small Business Development Center received the award for being one of the top center in the state just a few weeks ago.
Yes.
We have a great team there of people who are really passionate about helping businesses, and a long history too. Lynn Anderson Lindbergh, who we report to, she was the first employee of the Small Business Development Center since 1985. So it just goes back. The foundation has always been there, and it's an incredible program.
Great team.
Definitely a great team of people who really want to make a difference.
Yes, well, and you see that difference. I got to attend the graduation program for the last Launch That Business Accelerator program.
Yes.
And it was so awesome to get to meet all those new business owners all in one location, and I've been seeing them nonstop throughout the community.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to see you graduate, and now I get to see you out here working. You know, I'm seeing your food truck in full action. I'm seeing your jewelry business on grand display, you know. So yeah, it's just really, it was so great to get to see it come to life there and then really thrive out in our community.
Mm-hmm. It's exciting to watch. Entrepreneurship is definitely alive and well. You know, not only in the country, but definitely in our region.
Mm-hmm.
That program you're speaking of, the Carbondale Accelerator Program,
Mm-hmm.
we did that with the City of Carbondale, and it's a DCEO-funded grant program, that anybody who completes that program, there's funding attached to it.
Yep.
And then they also have the ability to pitch their business for additional funding.
Yeah.
We had 90 businesses apply for that, and you had to be in business for 4 years or less, so 90 people who want to do business in Carbondale.
Yeah.
And that's businesses of various sizes, so
Yep.
it's great to be a part of.
Yeah, how wonderful. Yeah, various sizes and various offerings, and I love how much it supports creative businesses as well, because you know, Carbondale is such a creative DIY community, and then this really bolsters that so well. Now, a new thing that y'all just launched this past Friday that I want to tell everyone about is Foodie Fridays.
Yeah.
Yes, tell us all about this new adventure.
So we've been talking about for several years the growing number of food trucks, food trailers, food vendors throughout Southern Illinois. And there's such an interest to try the foods, to support these local small businesses, that we have been looking for a way of how can we support these new entrepreneurs, get them on site to the research park, and finally, within SIU's process for approved food trucks and food vendors, the list has grown to the point that we're confident that we could launch a new program called Foodie Fridays. It's the first and third Fridays of the month this fall semester, and it's from 11 to 2, and it's just an opportunity for these approved vendors to come on campus, set up in our parking lot by the Dunn-Richmond Economic Development Center, and have lunches, bubble teas, desserts, coffees available to campus employees in the local Carbondale area. And we launched, like we said last week, there was a line before 11 o'clock all the way through to the 2 p.m. Hour. So it was just a great launch, and we're just looking for more people, vendors who are interested in being a part of it. Our goal would be to get somewhere between probably 4 and 6 vendors each week, especially after seeing the demand this past Friday. We want to make sure we can get everybody back to their offices or classes, wherever they may need to go after lunch.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I love it. What a fun idea I love what the Dunn-Richmond Center and all these services do, bringing it together. There's something so impactful of seeing all these, when it's a small business or an entrepreneurship or something that doesn't have a permanent home.
Right.
It's easy to lose sight of things when it's scattered and sporadic timing. So having something where it's like, okay, I know that I can count on this Foodie Fridays. I'm gonna get to see who's in action, who's in business, who's doing what.
Yeah, and what we heard is they were like, oh, well, we've always wanted to try this, whether it was the bubble teas or the street tacos. So it was, I think, an opportunity for people really, truly to try something they had not, and to develop a following for a business, which is part of our goal, is to help those businesses develop their customer base. So it's just turned out great. It's an easy process to become an approved vendor. You have to work with SIU's procurement services unit. but it's doable. Sometimes I think people, when they just look at it on the surface, it's intimidating.
Sure.
But William Lowe with Southern Illinois Eats has been just a great resource of helping some of the businesses become registered, in also making it less intimidating for them.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, that sounds like it's too much, but it's really not. You can do this.
Yes.
So he's been a great cheerleader.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah, it takes a whole village, because it does when you start getting into like, I gotta fill out this form and I have to get approved and I have to get this, like licenses and insurance and blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Well, and also the SVDC is a great resource to assist businesses as well. So there's a lot of support systems. We want people to have access to be able to vend within SIU's
Yes.
space.
I love it, because this provides not only that opportunity for the community to have fun, exciting new food to look forward to, but also feels like an additional educational component for these vendors.
Yeah, that's our goal. We want more people to have the opportunity to do business with it in SIU space, because there are so many student programs, so many events. I think the whole food truck option is just becoming more of an idea for how, when we have a conference on campus, is it a lunch? That we, bring in as a caterer, or do we bring in a couple trucks and give people the option of where to go? So it's expanding just the creativity of how we can do programming as well.
It's so fun. And I think that, I love food truck culture and what it can do for a community. It starts to make just as much of an impact as, permanent restaurants. It becomes a part of that character, that charm. Like, oh, have you been to Carbondale? They have that one cool food truck.
Right. And also restaurants, if they're an approved caterer, they can bring a tent, do a pop-up outside of their, traditional space, because maybe it's a space that someone hasn't been to, but once they try their food and they find out they have a storefront, oh yeah, I'm gonna, definitely go there in the future.
Wonderful. Oh, that's so cool. Yay. All right, so many opportunities for everyone with Foodie Fridays.
And exploring that, like looking at what the requirements are, and one thing that I would say is, like Vanessa said, you can utilize the Small Business Development Center. If you look and see, I don't have the insurance requirements, you'd be surprised that you can get more insurance, and it's not really that much more of an investment on your part.
Yeah.
And that can open up so many more revenue opportunities and exposure that you wouldn't have had otherwise. So, not being intimidated by the process.
Yes.
And it doesn't hurt to get an insurance quote to see what it would cost to be able to meet the requirements.
Yeah.
So.
How wonderful.
Yeah, and if 3 events or one event could easily make that up.
Right.
We have a large crowd, so.
That is just awesome, y'all. Yay, well, Foodie Fridays. Tell me again which Fridays?
1st and 3rd of each month.
The 1st and 3rd of each month.
And if it grows and we have too many vendors wanting to be a part of the 1st and 3rd, we'll look and see if we can add some additional weeks. But starting with 1st and 3rd.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, now the next thing that I know we want to make sure we let all our listeners hear about is this Marketing Unleashed program that you are hosting.
It's a really great event. We started it last year, and it's an all-day event. One of the things that we found, and you look at all of the history of every workshop that's happened at the SBDC through the years, marketing has always been that top, attended event. Why is it? Well, it's an interesting topic, but I think it's also something that people really struggle with, because it's changing so much and it's so fragmented today. How do I reach people? And this workshop, this all-day workshop, covers so many topics. From
No cost.
No cost, yes, Vanessa.
Nice.
From everything from AI, which is such a hot topic, to how do I deliver the right message to the right audience at the right time? How do I know if something's working or not? How do people find me online? And there's still a week to register, but there are limited spots like everything else. So it's an incredible day and definitely worth the time.
Well, and I think all of the workshops are very much geared towards that being that one-person show, so that, how do I do something where I'm doing the social media, I'm capturing the photos, but I'm also, fully engaged with the program. So it's just, that's where so many small business owners are. They don't have marketing teams often.
Right.
So hopefully this will provide some just really basic tools of how to increase their footprint within the marketing realm.
Wonderful. And this is next Monday, yes? A week from today?
That's correct.
Yeah, so still time that you can sign up, but spots are limited. So where's the best place we can guide our folks to sign up for this?
To the website, which is sbdc.siu.edu.
Wonderful.
And that's a great place to go just in general. You can become a client there. We have additional resources that are online, and then we also have a newsletter that they can sign up for. So it's a great page to know about, and then also following both the Office of Innovation and Economic Development on Facebook and SBDC. It's not just about these programs. We're constantly doing workshops.
Well, and for existing business owners, the SIU Apex Accelerator online as well.
Yes, Vanessa, that one's there too.
Brenda will be very excited to gain followers.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but you can sign up very easily online for Marketing Unleashed there, but also other resources as well.
Amazing. Yeah, that's such a, like you're saying, it's many of these entrepreneurs and small business owners, it's one person doing all of it. Or, I'm sure they have, support around them. But, so it's so good to, if as much of this info as you can get in, become that jack of all trades, learn all these tools and expand your business. Then hopefully enough your marketing gets so good, you expand it and you can hire a whole wonderful marketing team.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Awesome, y'all. Would you like to, I always like to kind of ask that if you have just even like a little anecdote or story you could share of something that's kind of stuck with you or made an impact of your work with the Office of Innovation, with the SBDC, etc.
I think in the almost 2 years that I've been there, my favorite thing that we do is the business plan competition.
Okay.
It's the Southern Illinois Business Plan Competition powered by Regions Bank. But we start with entrepreneurs. We have entrepreneurs who have a hard time using Excel, all the way to entrepreneurs who are fully advanced and have been in business for several years doing this. But one thing that has been incredible about that process is it truly accelerates that. Most people don't want to write a business plan, but it's very helpful if they do. So the people that come through that program are so grateful for the help, but also we get to watch them grow through the process. So there's lots of stories of businesses that you can go to the website and see testimonials, but to be able to see that in action in real time in a matter of 6 weeks is probably my most favorite thing, and that's getting ready to come up again this year. We'll have 5 locations that we're doing that, and it comes down to a final competition here in Carbondale. We're still accepting sponsorships for it, but last year we gave out $20,000 in prizes, which is it's game changing for the entrepreneurs who are not only are they learning throughout the process, but there's actual funding that comes along with it.
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity.
It's fun to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Vanessa's a speech coach. She wears a lot of hats, but has been a part of the process as well. It's truly, we help them throughout every phase of it, even how do I do my pitch, and Vanessa works with them at that point. So I know you've enjoyed that too.
Yeah, it's just, it provides them the opportunity, the business plan, the financials, and then how do they talk about their business?
Yes.
That short elevator conversation of how do I communicate the most important pieces
Right.
that people need to know.
Yeah.
We've had people say, even at farmers markets where I'm setting up as a vendor, I completely talk about my business in a different way now. It gives me chills, just because it's those little things that can make a big difference in someone's, in their whole business. It just changes things.
Yeah, their whole business and their whole life. Just that being able to pass that baton of confidence to somebody. Like, hey, and I think it just shows people, just those programs being available, like, we believe in you. So that you can leave this and you can believe in yourself and you can believe in this business. And just, wow, is there anything more empowering than that, you know?
Seeing someone gain confidence is probably the best thing ever.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just so grateful for it because then to see how that trickles into our community. Having confident business owners makes such a difference, but also really conscious and community-focused business owners. Because what I love, what I see with all these programs, it's so many entities collaborating together and showing people like you are not alone. And then that thread of community also is embedded into those businesses, and I think really helps, keep us all working together here in Carbondale.
And there's so many, I think you've got the new businesses that we want to make sure have the foundation so that they are here 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And we also have the businesses that are looking for a succession plan of, individuals who are looking to sell their business, and then how do you bring those new owners in to maintain that success. So it's just, it's so important for the region. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It is. The SBDC has a program called Profit Sense, where if somebody comes to us and they're wanting to sell a business, where are you currently? And if we have 2 years of financials, we can run that through a Profit Sense report, provide them a narrative on where they should be benchmark-wise based upon their industry. And it's completely confidential, but it allows them to say, is my business healthy? And if they're not keeping good records yet, how do you do that? Because you've got to be able to show those sales in order for you to get the most value out of your business when you do that. So there's times where we just have those conversations of maybe it's not the best time for you to sell your business based upon where you should be industry-wise. These are the suggestions that you can do to help improve things.
Yeah, wonderful. Goodness, yeah, just so many amazing resources here. Are you two small business owners, or have you been before?
I've been a partner in a business.
Yeah.
Yes. I left the business where I was a partner to become a part of the Office of Innovation and Economic Development. And all of the people that are on our team with the Small Business Development Center either currently have businesses or they have in the past. So
That's
that's
awesome.
helpful.
Yeah.
I come from a farm background,
Yeah.
so it's not a storefront, but it covers a lot of acreage. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Absolutely.
a different type of business.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw some farmers who went through the Launch That Business program, and that's something that I think if you don't think business right away when you think farming, but there's such a huge business component to that as well.
Many smart decisions and thoughtful decisions that have to be made.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about marketing these days, marketing that farm. So
Yeah.
everyone, please follow along on Facebook with the SIU Office of Innovation and Economic Development, the SIU Apex Accelerator, and the Small Business Development Center. And so follow along, come out to Foodie Fridays, first and third Fridays of the month now at the Dunn Richmond Center, 11 to 2, and sign up for Marketing Unleashed. That happens next Monday. I cannot thank you two enough for coming on today. This has been wonderful. And thank you for just all of the rich work that you do in our community. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for sharing all the information and stories. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Talk of the Town today. I'll be posting our interview here on YouTube later on our city YouTube page. I'll post a link on the City of Carbondale Government Facebook page. So check it out. And up next, you're listening to Class Matters.